Well, hey everyone, welcome to Car Talk episode number 3 on for 2023. I'm just on my way to an open house, and a few things have come up lately that I thought maybe I could help out with for people, and that is how to prepare yourself as a buyer or seller to sell in this market. Now, I say this market because it's kind of an interesting market that we're in right now. We've gone from a lot of action from 2016 onward to multiple offers to huge dollar values increasing in 2022. That peaked in February and then it started to decline, and now prices are starting to go up again, and there's a lot more action happening on pricing. So on my page, I did sort of put a bar graph on there about what the differences are from year to year for the average home sales. So if that's of interest to you, you could probably look at that and you'll see what's happened over the last 3 years. I believe the bar graphs for 3 years. But yeah, so to prepare yourself in this market, let's talk as a buyer, okay? As a buyer in this market, I'm going to tell you the first thing to do: get a pre-qualification for a mortgage, okay? So if you were pre-qualified before, don't just think that you're going to get pre-qualified again, because a lot of things have changed in the banks. You'll probably get pre-qualified, but the numbers will be drastically different, probably, or they may stay the same. I'm not sure, but you know, if you want to be 100% certain before you go and step out the door, before you start looking at anything, go get that pre-qualification, because what's happening is you don't want to be looking at houses that you don't qualify for. You'll be wasting your time, you'll be wasting the real estate agent's time, you'll be using up block time that other people can view the property since things are going so fast. And, you know, what you're going to do is kind of act against yourself, because if you think that you qualify for a mortgage at X amount, you're going to look at the houses in that price range, then you're going to fall in love with houses in those price range, and then realize you can't afford the houses in those price range. So now, everything else you'll see in the price range you probably qualify for, you'll be comparing to the ones you saw before at a higher price point. And that is detrimental for yourself. You know, you kind of get disappointed. But, you know, if you start looking at the right price point, you start seeing what they are, you know what you have, you know what you can afford. Now, everyone's in different financial situations at different times, right? Some people are buying starter homes. Some people are buying their move-up homes. Some people are doing the downsizing home. So, you know, it's up to you what you want, but stay within your budget when you're looking, because houses aren't selling for undervalue. They're not selling for underpriced. I've got a few people who've called me about properties that I've had listed for $599. They're like, oh, is it going to sell for $500? I'm like, I haven't seen that happen since 1990 something. I'm just joking. It has happened in the past when people overprice properties, but in this market right now, if people price the properties right and they're only on the market for 7 days, they'll probably sell for that price or above. If that property's been on the market for more than a week, more than 7 days, and they do not have an offer presentation planned, then yeah, you can go in there for probably less than asking, but not on a fresh listing that someone's trying to, you know, strum up multiple offers for right now. So bear that in mind. Pre-qualification, step 1. Don't even step out the door, because honestly, if you do find something you like and it is in your price range, but you haven't been pre-qualified for, you're not going to get a chance at even getting that property, because pre-qualification is going to take at least a week and a half. And chances are the property you just fell in love with is going to take offers in the next day, or that day, or 3 days from now, and you won't have your financing approved, and you'll miss out. So get that done ASAP. The other thing is, for the love of God, use an agent who knows the area you're looking in, right? I always say to people that, you know, I'm very familiar with my area buying. I can sell anywhere, because when I do sell, you know, I do my market research at first. I talk to the local agents. I actually pair up with a local agent usually when I sell out of my area, who knows the area, who gives me advice, gives me comparables, and then I know the pricing, right? And then I can just do the negotiating for my seller at that point in time, market it properly and whatnot. So if you are looking in the Waterloo area and you have a Toronto agent or an out-of-town agent, you're at a supreme disadvantage. And I'll tell you why. One, they're not going to want to show you all the properties that you want to see because they're going to have to drive for an hour. They will probably push you off, and they'll push you off, and then the properties you want to see will probably sell, right? Grab yourself a local agent who knows the local market, who's been referred. If I have clients looking at a town to buy, I refer them to an agent who knows that area. Unless they really want to work with me and I tell them ahead of time, listen, I'm happy to work with you, okay? We need to have all our ducks in a row when we're going out, and we need to know that if you see something you like, you have to give me a little bit of time to do some research on it so I make sure that I'm doing my proper job for you. I won't know the whole thing when we step in the property, but I will find out. So, a lot of other agents will not do that. They will not, contact local agents to see what values are. We have a lot of Toronto agents listing properties here. They have no idea what they're doing, honestly. They don't have a clue on our prices. They price the property wrong. You get the wrong results. And if someone calls to see your property and they call your agent, do you think he's going to run out and drive an hour to show a potential person a property? No. So you're going to lose people who are interested in your house because you do not have a local agent to show them. Okay? Again, myself, when I take an out-of-town listing, I pair up with a local agent and I tell them, listen, I'm going to have you field the calls and show the property for me when I can't. So they could do it right away. And then, I cut them in on a portion of the proceeds and the commission. It's an agreement that we have. And we do that a lot in here. Even in town when we're on vacation, we get other agents to take over our business or show properties, and we cooperate with them, compensate them for their time. So that's what I do, but I know that's not what a lot of agents do. So anyone listing a property with a out-of-town agent, you're at a disadvantage unless you're doing the research and is paired up with a local agent. If you're buying a property, you're at a further disadvantage because when it even comes to offer day, they have no idea what other properties have gone for. I've had to give local agents comparable properties because they have no idea. So if you don't know the value of a property, how are you going to succeed in winning that property? If they either they send a price that's well over, then you're at a disadvantage because you've overpaid for the property. Or a lot of them are actually going under because they have no idea and they think, oh, I'm just going to throw a price at this. So it's really important if you want to succeed to do those things. I can't stress enough, for your own benefit. And, when it comes to selling, choose your agent wisely. Choose someone that is going to work for you and do the best they can for you. I know, a lot of people are like, they want to use the best agent, the busiest agent. Sometimes, do you think they really have a lot of time for you? Do you think that you're going to get that personalized attention or the personalized help to market your property properly? If you're using the best agent in the area who sells 1 million homes and whatnot, they're going to show up, they're going to take your listing, and then they're going to pass it off to someone in their team, if they have a team, to an agent who's probably only been in the business for a year, right? Not everyone's like that, but I'm just saying, you have to be careful when they say, oh, I have a team. Well, what does that mean? That means that they've got a team of people. They may have an administrative staff, and then they have brand new agents who are brand new in the business, who do not have the history of knowing how to negotiate properly, how to, secure properly. And a lot of times we run into issues that I can tell it's a new agent because they've made mistakes, right? And some poor agents who have been in the business for a while who don't do a lot of business. So you don't want to pick an agent who does like zero business. Yeah, he might be related to you. It's your dad, it's your uncle, it's your brother. Yeah, you know what? Unless they're an active agent that's doing well, chances are, you might want to go with someone else who's actually active every day. Part-time agents, unfortunately they're at a disadvantage. Some of them have full-time jobs. They can't show you the properties when they can work. They have not gone through enough offer presentations to know exactly how to win. And, retired agents are the same thing. Someone who's like basically doesn't really want a lot of business. If they're not active, they don't know what this market's like. This market is drastically different than everything else in the past few years. So you really have to get with someone who's got their, you know, feet on the ground and is running in the race, as opposed to someone who's sitting on the sidelines. And then, you know, also with that, I'm just going to talk about the Uncle Louie scenario. Please do not get advice from anyone other than someone who is actually buying and selling all the time. You're not going to get advice from your uncle, your brother, your pastor, your, you know, boss at work who bought a property 20 years ago. They have no idea what this market's like. If you are listening to that information from someone who's not in the market, has not put 10 offers in the last, you know, 6 months on anything, they have no clue what this market's like, and you're, again, at a severe disadvantage. So do yourself a favor, listen to your agent, listen to what they say on how to market your property, how to prepare your property for sale. It's a lot different today than it was 10 years ago, where you just put a sign up and you don't do anything. Houses nowadays, they're show home ready, okay? They need to look pristine. They need to look like almost unlived in for you to get top dollar. I'm not saying everyone has to do that. You don't have to do that. But if you want every dollar, ka-ching, 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 to grab those dollars, you want to make sure your house looks like a showroom, okay? No water bottles all over the place, no clothes on the floor, no hampers full. Hide everything. Make sure your counters are absolutely free of everything that you do not need for the week you're showing it, okay? Very minimal. And then after you've shown your properties for a week, you can go back to normal living. So just please, and another thing, color palettes are another thing. Like, I don't know how many times I have to tell people that the best way to get, you know, people into your property is to have it look visually appealing right from the get-go. If they're looking at a property online, it's got yellow rooms and brown rooms and red rooms and whatnot, it may turn them off. A neutral color palette works wonders. Anyways, that's a little tidbit. I know I've gone extremely long here in this video, but, you know, sorry. But it was some good advice. And I'm on my way, stuck in traffic, going to an open house. I'm working, but all right, guys, if you have any questions, you can call me, text me, message me, see me out and about. All right, take care. Ciao.